Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to talk about how you can make investments into equity. Okay. So the objective of this lecture is going to be to first discuss what is an equity investment. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about how can you invest in equity. Should you invest directly into equity or through mutual funds? Okay. And after this, we are going to understand that if you want to invest in equity directly, then how you can do so. Okay. So let us begin. Okay. So before we begin our discussion, let us quickly first understand what is equity investment. Okay. So whenever a company, say there is a company, sorry, yeah, say there is a company and this company needs 1 crore rupees, right? Now, how can this company actually get this 1 crore rupees for expansion? They can do many things, but few of them are: one, it can take loan from a bank, okay, or it can take loan from us, investors like us, right? Remember we discussed about corporate bonds, right? They can do that, or they can actually issue share capital, etc. Okay. Now, when we are talking about equity investment, what do you mean by equity investment? So what happens is whenever a company wants money for expansion, for example, they do not want to take loan, they will come to people like you and me and they will say that, see, we will give you part ownership in our company if you give us so and so amount, right? So investors like you and me will come together, we will accumulate that money and we will basically invest in this company, right? For the ownership of this company. Now, what do I mean by ownership? Is this ownership just on paper? Well, the answer is no. This ownership is not on papers. So every share that you receive in the company is basically representing the direct ownership of yours in that company, which simply means whenever there will be some important decision making that is to be taken, this company will send you an invitation for a shareholders meeting, wherein you can actually tell and share your opinion that whether the company should take XYZ decision or not. So this ownership is not just on paper, this is actually present. You can actually exercise the benefits of an ownership. Okay. So this is what is called equity investment, when you are basically investing your money in a company and you're basically buying the ownership of that company, right? Now, how is the value of this particular share derived? Now, the value of this particular share is derived based on the company's performance and market conditions. Okay. So, each of the share of a company, the value of that share is going to be derived by company's performance. That is how basically company's performing. Is it generating profits or not? Is the sales coming in or not? And it will also depend upon the market conditions, wherein it will, we will see, are the rules and regulations, for example, government rules in favor of this particular company or not. For example, say suddenly you have invested in a sugar industry, a sugar based company, and suddenly, say for example, the sugarcane price has gone up. Why? Because government has increased some sort of taxes on it. Now, because of this entire situation, what will happen? It will impact the price of the shares of the sugar company as well. Why? Because sugarcane is basically a raw material for the sugar company, correct? So, because of this market condition, the value of the shares of the sugar company will also be affected, correct? So the value of a share is derived by many factors. Again, one, company's performance, and second is going to be the market conditions. Got it? Okay. Now, since we have understood what is equity investment, it's important to first talk about why should you invest in equity? Why does everybody keep on telling that you should invest in equity? Okay. The first and the foremost reason for that is wealth creation. Now, what do you mean by wealth creation? See, once you have taken ownership in a company, as the company will grow, the investment that you have made in the company, that will also grow, right? So you will get benefit of the growth of that company as well. For example, if you had invested in Reliance years ago, then the growth that Reliance has actually seen over the years, you would have got benefit of that growth, right? So directly investing into, so basically investing into equity leads to wealth creation. Okay. And the second important reason why everybody talks about investing in equity is beating the inflation, is beating the inflation. So, you know that your money is losing value every day because of the increase in inflation, because everything is getting costlier and the money that you hold is basically depreciating in value, correct? And this is the result of inflation. But how you can beat inflation? You can beat inflation by actually investing in equity. So the equity market is so volatile, it is so risky that it gives you returns that actually beat inflation. So this is another reason why everybody keeps on telling you to diversify your investment into equity. Okay. And the last and another reason for investing into equity is dividends. So see, if there is a company, okay, and it has generated, say, a profit of, for example, say a profit of 1 CR. Okay. Now what this company will say? See, I have invested enough of this money in my company's expansion. Now I should give this money and share this money with my investors, the people who have actually purchased the equity share capital of my company, right? And how will they share this money? They will announce that, see, for example, I will give all my investors 100 rupees per share as a dividend, as a dividend. So company is basically distributing this 1 crore to its investors in form of a dividend, right? So for example, if you own 10 shares of this company, you would have got 100 into 10, which is equal to 1000 rupees in your bank account. How much would you have got? 1000 rupees in your bank account over here, right? Similarly, if you had, for example, say, I would say if you had 2000 rupees, if you had 2000 shares of this company, then you would have gotten 20,000 rupees in your bank account as the dividend from this company. Okay, great. So we have understood what is equity investment and why you should actually invest in equity, correct? Now we will talk about how can you basically invest in equity, right? So see, there are many methods via which you can actually invest into equity. But for the purpose of this lecture, we are going to cover only 3 methods. Okay. So the first and the foremost method is called the direct equity investing, right? And I'm sure we all are aware about this. You can go to your broker's platform and you can directly sell and purchase the shares of a company that you like. Any shares you can purchase of any company that you like. And that is called direct equity investing. Okay. Now, one of the important things that you need to remember with direct equity investing is this is very risky. This is very risky. You need to be in constant watch of any change that is happening in the stock market. You need to constantly keep watching how my shares are performing, where are they going, etc. Right? You need to know various terms, and you need to understand how, basically, for example, how is the PE ratio of this company. You need to understand what was the previous high of this a particular share, or the low of this particular share, etc. And there is so much jargon, and many of us actually do not have that much time right now in our lives that we can invest that time into investing in direct equity. Okay, but of course you can go, if you have time and you are okay to take that much risk, please go ahead and invest with direct equity. Of course, it's much more beneficial. But if you are someone like me who does not have a lot of time to look over her portfolio, I will recommend you to invest into equity via mutual funds. Okay, which is the second way of investing in equity. Now, mutual funds we will cover in our next lecture, but just to give you an overview, what happens in a mutual fund. So, many investors, many investors like this, okay, they will come along and they will collate their money and give it to this particular person over here. He is the fund manager. Okay. Now, this particular fund manager, after taking money from all these investors, will invest this money into different companies, say C1, C2, C3, C4. Okay. And this is what is a mutual fund. So you will all pool in your investments, give it to one person who will basically invest your money on your behalf into different companies. Now, what is the benefit with this particular way of investing in equity? One, it is less risky. Why? Because this person, this fund manager you are giving your money to manage is very experienced. He has done this before. He understands the market and it is his work to actually watch the market, right? So the risk automatically comes down. Second reason is that you do not need to manage the investing into equity directly. You are doing it indirectly through some other person, which automatically again reduces your risk. So in case you do not have much time to spend investing your money into stock market directly, you can opt for mutual funds, right? Now, the last method is called the private equity method, under which you basically make a huge investment into private companies or startups. You, for example, will directly invest 1 crore or 2 crore into private companies or startups, but this requires a huge amount of investment. You cannot do private equity with 10,000 rupees or 20,000 rupees. This will require a huge amount of investment, and therefore this particular type of investing in equity is restricted to HNIs. What do I mean by restricted? It simply means that HNIs, or the high net worth individuals, are the ones who can actually afford to invest in via private equity. Investors like us who do not have a lot of amount right now to invest, we cannot go for private equity. Okay, great. So the scope of these particular lectures are going to be just to talk about direct investing in equity and as well as investing via mutual funds. Okay, great. Now, we are going to come to the last section of this particular discussion, which is I am going to tell you that in case you want to start investing directly into equity, what do you need as a prerequisite? See, whenever you are investing into equity directly or even via a mutual fund, okay, whatsoever, you need to have a brokerage account. Okay, you need to have a brokerage account. Now you can open this brokerage account with anybody, right? Anyone. For example, there are banks who are brokers who will provide you these services, and otherwise also there are many other platforms which offer you such services, for example Zerodha. Okay, but what do you need to keep in mind before selecting a broker is the brokerage fee. You need to see which of these brokers is charging you the least amount of brokerage. Okay, the least amount of brokerage. Okay, you need to keep this in mind. Now, there are platforms that charge you actually zero brokerage. For example, I just told you about Zerodha. They charge you zero brokerage. So I'll tell you this funny story. When I started investing directly into equity, this was like 8 years back. I did not know about the zero brokerage platforms at that time. So I had opened my brokerage account with HDFC Bank. And actually what happened was they were charging me a very high brokerage fees on each of my transactions. Okay. Vis-a-vis, if you go for a zero brokerage platform, of course, it's much more beneficial for you. So step one is to open a brokerage account. You need to select a broker that charges you the least amount of brokerage. Okay. Then step two is that you need to complete the KYC process with that broker. Step three, you will sign a TNC, terms and conditions agreement, with the broker. And finally, you can, when your brokerage account is active, you can start trading into equity directly. Okay. And then another point that you need to remember about investing into equity is that there are two stock exchanges in India via which you actually invest into equity. The first is your National Stock Exchange, and the next one is your Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay, great. So thank you so much for joining me into this lecture. In our next lecture, we are going to talk about mutual funds, right? What are the different types of mutual funds? How do mutual funds operate? We are going to talk about index funds, etc. Okay. So I will see you in our next lecture. Thank you so much.